Doing the right thing is not the same thing as fixing the problem. We love small, responsible actions because they make us feel productive and like we're doing something about it, whether it's answering emails or organizing our closets or checking things off of the list. But activity can feel like progress even when the real issue is still untouched. So the real fixes are usually uncomfortable. It's setting the boundary, making the decision, having the conversation, the change we've been actually actively avoiding. So while being busy keeps life running, only decisions actually move it forward.
Okay. Can we please retire the term baby Botox? It's the ultimate bullshit. It's like saying you're kind of
Kendall Jenner.
pregnant. You baby sued somebody. Bitch, please. You're getting a neurotoxin in your face. Just own it. And for the record, baby Botox isn't different. It's not a different formulation. It's just instead of 20, I think, to 30 units per area, you get 10. So they charge you a premium for the natural branding. It's the same stuff. Doesn't last as long. And that means you have to go back in the chair in 8 weeks instead of 12. Maybe even 6 weeks. It's not a lifestyle choice, guys. It's another subscription model. And why do we need the baby prefix? Because what? It makes us feel less vain, less plastic. Other people are judging regular Botox while they're sitting there with the exact same needle in their face. I'm not like other girls, but for aesthetics, if you're over 25 and you're doing it to prevent something other than like sweating or migraines or something like that, you're just a consumer. Please stop trying to make it sound cute. We don't do baby anything. I'm not an infant. I want everything to be clean, clear, and my forehead frozen. In fact, I want maximal Botox. Thank you.
I want geriatric Botox.
Okay.
Senior citizen Botox.
Uh-huh.
Like I have no cares. Like I don't want to age.
Now I have the most random ass question for you.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a celebrity.
My dream.
The perfect celebrity.
I don't really want to be a celebrity. I just want to be a lady of leisure. We've talked about that. I want to be a lottery winner.
But in this hypothetical, my hypothetical, you must be a celebrity.
That's fine.
It matters because you're going to get a rider, which is that thing that celebrities send ahead of them that's like, I want only yellow M&Ms and I want white lilies and that kind of shit. So hit me with a few things, like 3 to 5 things that are in your future celebrity rider. Like how I said future, because I think you're going to be famous someday.
I love this. Well, right now, because we all know I love my snacks. I want a snack wall with every possible snack that I could want, whether it's salty or sweet or healthy or indulgent. I want them all. And I want people to know what I like, and I want them all. I want a snack wall.
That's good.
I don't want a meal. I want a snack wall. I want the Alani Cherry Bomb energy drinks because they're my favorite flavor, and I love them. And they make me taste. They taste happy to me. I don't know. Currently, my go-to drink of choice is Tito's and soda with a cotton candy flavoring. Like it's like a powder that's sugar-free.
Okay.
But it tastes like you're drinking cotton candy. Doug said everything you drink now just tastes pink. He's like, you are now the color pink embodied. And then I really would like to have my room. I want the room wherever I am going to be soft lighting, no chaos, no random people are allowed to come in and talk to me while I'm trying to mentally prepare for whatever I'm doing. And I want a very, 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 very soft robe waiting for me and slippers.
Oh my God, I love this. Okay, I feel like
I've ever thought about this.
I feel like I'm really lacking in mine, but here we go.
What would you? I want to know what yours is.
First of all, the beverage station. Obviously, a Diet Pepsi. Everybody knows that. But I would also like a gallon of room temperature alkaline water with Sonic ice. Okay, I want that. Also, the Diet Pepsi better be in cans. Don't give me any fucking plastic bottles. I was thinking it would be fun to have like a mahjong table, like the automatic ones. Like could do a little quick game when we're bored. Um, Scent and sound. I would like the room to smell like Abercrombie 8. Okay. Not how Abercrombie used to smell, but like specifically that perfume, cologne, whatever. And then I would like the playlist when we're getting pumped to be the Sun Devil Game Day playlist because that shit's fire. Which ASU Sun Devils, go Sun Devils. I think a reading nook would be nice.
Oh.
And I would like there to be Us Weeklies, People magazines, Travel and Leisure. Hit me with a Vogue. I want physical copies. And then last but not least, I would like a steady supply of the deviled eggs from Park Tavern in San Francisco. If you know, you know. They are the
I don't know, but I want to know.
Deviled eggs.
I want to know. I love deviled eggs.
I make them every year. I like at some point they publish a recipe in the San Francisco Chronicle, and I make them every year for Easter. There's so much work. It takes like 3 days. You got to pickle your own jalapenos. You got to make a salsa verde. It's a whole thing, but that's what I want. They smoke the eggs. They're smoked.
I so much. Okay.
Okay.
I'm in.
I have another random question for you. Okay. This one's so gross, but I saw it the other day and I was like, I got to ask her. 17,000 calories. You got to eat that in one day. Let's call it 24 hours just because I know you're going to ask me.
Well, I'm like,
if you eat the 17,000 calories in that one day, you're going to get $5 million. Okay. What are you eating?
Okay, let me think of the most calorie dense foods.
Fat. It's got to be high fat, right? Because you get the most bang for your buck.
We are going with some in the morning, like wake up, and we are going with like old fashioned donuts or like some creamy, like filled donuts.
A Krispy Kreme sitch, double glazed.
I am not a Krispy Kreme. I like the old fashioned ones that look like the buttermilk ones. So even probably worse for you than,
You think?
I don't know. I don't think any donut is really good for you. So
I think they're all good for you. Okay. Because they're good for your soul.
They are. And then just because I will need something salty to balance that, we're going to go with a sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito and a full-on flour tortilla with some good salsa because we're going to need something to break up all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay. And then for my next meal, the fattiest place I can think of to eat, which is probably
the fattest place.
Fattiest, just because I worked there, so I know what the calorie count is, was Carrabba's Italian Grill.
You're right.
Their house salad dressing is like a Parmesan creamy salad dressing.
So good.
So good, so bad for you. But that on some bread, maybe, and then we could even do some of their like any of their pastas that you add all the cheese into. I mean, like we're just going with pasta and cheese, right? Like those are both high calorie items. Like Alfredo sauce, chicken Alfredo, I don't know, Alfredo pizza. And then a dinner, I guess, snack, whatever. A big old cheeseburger, like with all the cheese and like all the good spreads. I don't know, I'm probably vomiting.
Oh yeah,
at this
like
point.
the Thousand Island.
Yeah, like
we vomited already 6 times.
Yeah. Let's go with the really crispy French fries because that's the only way. Get all the honey roasted barbecue sauce from Chick-fil-A that we can get to add on to all this shit. Milkshake to keep the momentum.
Milkshake is solid.
But here's really what it could be. If I just had to sit and eat one thing, it'd be Bluebell peppermint ice cream with hot fudge on it all day long.
Girl.
I bet you
that's doable.
I think I could get to 17,000 calories.
I think so too.
Real fast. I think
that's the winner.
But I mean, look, I love some food, and most of those things I do not ever eat, other than the peppermint ice cream with hot fudge, because that is also good for your soul, and it does not have calories.
No, it doesn't. Obviously, it does not.
So I don't know. It's not like I've ever not thought about everything I could possibly eat in a day if I had to.
Okay.
Is yours as crazy as mine?
It is not as complicated. I'll tell you that. So my favorite thing in the world is a Baskin Robbins mint chocolate chip chocolate cake, ice cream cake thing. And with white whipped frosting, not the buttercream, because the buttercream's a little too dense. I'm going to eat 4 of those. That equals 4 9-inch rounds. Okay, I looked up the calories. That equals the number of calories that I need to hit my 5 million. And I think it's the only thing I could eat where I'd even come close. And by the way, I won't get through more than 1.5. But if I have to eat anything else, I won't be able to do it. So I'm going with the Baskin Robbins ice cream cake.
See, I think I could do the peppermint ice cream with the chocolate on it pretty easily.
I mean, girl, that's going to be like 3 gallons of ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, not to mention we have given ourselves permanent lactose intolerance with our choices. You'll never be able to look at ice cream again.
Not even close. Not even a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is going to be my last question before we get into, I mean, girl, let's skip the Southern Charm thing. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah.
For now. If we feel like we want to add it at the end, I feel like we can. A question for you. Do you want to get into like the main stuff, or do you want to do a conspiracy theory, or main stuff and then conspiracy theory? What do you want to do?
Let's just do our conspiracy theory, get it out of the way, and then finish with I think then we just do the rest of our stuff.
The main stuff? Okay. Yeah. All right. So one of the things that we've done in the past is talk about some of our like favorite, like takes up residence in our brain conspiracy theories. And I will say I asked Alex to do the one that she's about to tell you, because when I was visiting her recently, she blew my mind with this because it affirmed everything that I had already been thinking on the topic. So Alex, please hit us with your conspiracy, not theory, fact.
Okay, and I want to make sure that everyone knows that it's not that I don't believe in recycling. It's not that recycling is fake, but the idea that individuals alone are going to solve the industrial scale production problem was always unrealistic. I'm sorry, like you and your neighbors are not saving the world with your recycling, because for years, like the messaging has been like, did you recycle, with all that judgy side eye and like, oh my God, you didn't, you're a terrible human. While corporations are the ones dramatically increasing single-use packaging, like it just, we are not the problem here. They are. Anyway.
Preach.
Individual efforts do matter, but focusing only on what we do at home ignores the scale of the manufacturing decisions driving the majority of the waste. So here's really where it breaks down. Recycling items are the systems are extremely sensitive to contamination. One incorrect item, just one food soiled container, one plastic bag, or the wrong material can contaminate an entire batch. And sometimes whole truckloads are diverted to the landfill because they can't be processed. So the one wish, if you just are like, I hope this is recyclable, you've just screwed up everything. So it's like, it's actually better, like when in doubt, throw it out, because you're screwing everybody else up. If a glass bottle is broken, it ruins the entire batch. They can't do anything with broken glass. So unless you're going to take it to a glass only facility, great. But if you're just putting it, the best things to recycle are clean cardboard. If you really want to be good, recycle the cardboard. That is reusable.
Amazon boxes, everybody.
Great. But like back in 2018, there was this whole big global, like people were buying our recycling.
Yes.
China. It stopped in 2018. So nobody wants it anymore.
So it's all in that big ass trash island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like if you are doing the right thing every time, that's great. But your efforts are probably much better spent taking it then down to the recycling place, the plant, and dividing up your plastics, your glasses, your papers, like your cans, everything. Because if your neighbor down the street put a plastic bag in, all your efforts have gone to waste. So if you really care, take it to the place. Otherwise, you're just doing it to make yourself feel better. You're greenwashing your life.
Okay. Thank you so much for educating all of us on that.
Was that helpful?
That was very helpful. That really changed my life. You have no idea. Actually, you do have an idea.
Everyone,
you have no idea that changed the course of my life, because Steve likes to go through the trash to make sure that everything that's recyclable is out. And that his favorite thing to pull out is plastic, which is not really recyclable 9 out of 10 times.
Most of it's not. Just because the number doesn't make it recyclable, it means you've got to go find where it's recyclable in the world.
Yes. Okay. So
I've done a lot of
mine is random as fuck. My conspiracy is about a demographic crime scene. There is a researcher whose name I cannot pronounce, so I don't want to butcher it, who has spent years, and she is of Chinese descent, just as a by the way, proving that China's population isn't the 1.4 billion that the Chinese government claims it is. It's likely hundreds of millions of people lower.
Like
So if
sub
you
1 billion or still over a billion?
around a billion. I think she would argue that it's sub 1 billion. And I'm going to tell you why she would argue that. If you look at the baseline from the 1950s, before the government controlled every single spreadsheet, and then you factor in the one child policy for the last 75 years, the math literally doesn't hold up. You can't delete 3 decades of multiple births and still have numbers go up. So, one of the ways they've been able to kind of track this from the outside is schools and vaccines. So, researchers have found that the number of kids enrolled in primary school in China is consistently millions lower than the official birth reports from those same years. Like, where did the kids go? Did they decide not to go to first grade? Seems unlikely. Maybe they just never
That's not allowed
existed.
in China. Don't they go to school 6 days a week there?
I have no idea, but I'm thinking they're making sure that first graders go to school in every country, right? And it gets crazier with the vaccine data. So there's a lot of mandatory vaccines in China, but the number that's actually administered is significantly lower than the number of babies the government says were born. So unless millions of people are skipping medical care in a surveillance state, these babies just like don't exist. Like they don't exist. So why would they lie? Because the population is the flex. It is, if the country is
Power in
rapidly
numbers.
aging and shrinking, yes, the entire economic miracle that is the foundation of their lore changes. And maybe they're reporting ghost citizens to keep their GDP projections high, their global influence intact. So it's not really about the people, it's about the power. It, to me, is taking Gaslight Global. It's wild. Because I think, based on what this researcher said, we are witnessing a superpower fake its own heart rate to stay relevant on the global stage. If the census is a lie, then the whole economy is a fiction. The end.
Much better.
Dogs just lost their mind.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't even hear it.
Yay, we love that. All right, let's get into our main topic.
Whoop, whoop.
What would you call this main topic if you had to give it a sentence?
Ooh.
Is it about
No, hold on. I have one. I have it. Where'd it go though? I had it. Because it has to I think it's like the timeline. It's just called the timeline.
Okay.
The
timeline.
The life timeline.
The life timeline. All right. So, everyone, I think we've all been there. We are all maybe even currently there. Some of us are still there, myself included, where we are comparing ourselves to our neighbors digitally because we can't actually, none of us can view into their lives. We don't have a reel behind the scenes, but we're seeing everyone's highlight reel and we're all comparing ourselves to this like arbitrary timeline. And yet none of us are feeling satisfied with our lives. Like, oh, we did all the right things at the right time. And then somehow that's supposed to magically mean something. Turns out it doesn't, right? We all know that fallacy by now. But
Sure does not.
I think the digital mirror is very much driving our timelines and what we gauge as being successful or not. What is your take on that, Alex?
100%. I think that the algorithm still rewards visible milestones, like whether that be an engagement, buying a house, getting a promotion, having a baby, because it knows then what to target you with. So it rewards you because it knows how you're thinking. And so over time, it like still subtly trains us to believe that those things are the only way to measure success. If you are on the societal imposed timeline from yesteryear, but it's still strong. I don't care what anyone says, it's still strong. So it's just when our life doesn't match that highlight reel, or our life doesn't match our friend's highlight reel, or whatever, if our timeline feels off base, we start to feel behind, even when we're just like really on our own timeline, which is really where you should be, but without knowing there's alternate paths and truly believing it, the algorithm is telling you what you should think. So you have to have a lot of self-worth and know a lot about yourself and not look to the internet to tell you where you need to be.
Oh, it's so hard, especially the younger we are.
It's so hard.
I mean, I remember looking at Britney Spears, Beyonce, because those are my peers in terms of they're the same age as I am, and being like, how is this hoe worth this much, living this life? Obviously, these are talented people, but like in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not even just a little bit far behind. I'm so far behind because everyone around me felt like a Beyonce or a Britney Spears. And turns out not true because the algo. And also in that era, there was that whole hustle standard, which maybe even hasn't gone away.
It has
where it's
not.
like somehow being a hustler doing 75 different things makes you a more valuable, like you're an MVP human being. And
it's really tough.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
It's a you can have it all mentality again. And if you work hard enough, you can have it all. And it's not fucking true.
It's not. It's not true. And what even is having it all? Can we touch on like your path? Because you and I had very different paths to where we sit today, chatting as besties. And for context, some people, do career first. Some people do life first. Others do adventure first, stability later. So what was your kind of 90-second journey?
Yeah. I am like the poster child for somebody who felt like they were on a timeline, and I felt all the societal pressures, and like there was never a choice. Like from when I went to high school, the next thing I did was go to college, and from college I got a job. But in that time, I had to find somebody to settle down with because, especially in Texas, like by the time you're 23, you better find your fiance because nobody's going to want you when you're the old maid of 25. I mean, my God.
Oh, gosh, how dare thee.
I got married by 25, had my first child before 30, I was 29.
Wow.
But
you were
when
a baby.
I was, and all while working, by the way. I had a job and I was still a career because I was a, independent woman, but I still wanted a family. But I wanted it all, and I wanted the house in the suburbs. I wanted all that stuff. And right as I would say, quote unquote, I was about to have it all, my life exploded. If you are living on somebody else's timeline or just doing things that you think you're supposed to do, it will come back and bite you in the butt at some point. Now, that being said, I forgive who I was back then. I forgive that person. She didn't know better. She thought she was doing the right thing. But I fully fell into the trap of the so-and-so's getting engaged, so-and-so's getting married, so-and-so's having a baby, and I didn't want to feel behind or like I was missing out. I didn't want to be the only single friend. I didn't want to be the only friend without a baby. And not that I would have been, but in my mind, I was.
It feels like that.
Because, and here's what I don't know though. I don't know if I would have felt the same way without the internet. Without social media.
Because you wouldn't have known?
I wouldn't have known as much, and not all of my peers around me were going through all the things at the same time. But the peers I had during a time when social media was really taking a grip on our lives, they were posting all the things. And it's just, and here's the thing, I probably still would have done the same thing because I like to, I'm a rule follower. And that to me, those were the rules that you followed. And if you followed all the rules, you got the life that you deserved at the end, right? Well, when you follow,
that's the grand bargain.
That's the bargain. But you do get the life you deserve. And if you ignore the red flags, you have to deal with that too. So I'm not saying I deserve everything I have in a negative sense.
That's a wild take, but I understand what you're saying. I understand the sentiment. Yeah.
It's not that, nobody, not to air all my dirty laundry, but nobody deserves to go through what I've gone through with my children and my ex-husband. Nobody. Right. It is, I would not wish it on my worst of enemies.
Can I say something about the phrase you just used? Mm-hmm. You said dirty laundry. And I wholly disagree with the dirty part of it. It's just laundry. And that's life. Life has laundry. And the end. It's not dirty. It's You're
I
being hard
guess,
on yourself. You're judging
yeah,
yourself. You're
I
judging that
am.
story. And I say stop saying dirty laundry, everybody.
Okay, fair.
Thank you.
I'm airing my story. I'm airing all my laundry. You
Yeah.
get to see my put my period panties along with my period pants. I don't know.
Yeah, because that shit's real.
Right. So that being said, like I wouldn't I think if you ignore a lot of the signs in order to stay on a perceived path that you think you have to follow, you will pay for it because you are not going to be true to yourself. It's not the relationship you want. It's not the person that you really want to be because that person has sacrificed so much of themselves in order to stay on the straight and narrow or whatever it might be.
Right.
So it's
100%.
But now I'm happy and I'm way off the path. I'm in like fucking Asia over here. Like
She left the path.
I might be in Venus on Venus at this point with how far off the path I've gone.
Listen, girl, as long as you're happy, be in Venus, okay? Be in Venus.
We are getting there.
Yes, we are.
We are getting there.
Mm-hmm. That's all
I
you
am
can
happy.
do. Good. I love that for you.
So
I really do. So my path started out very linear. It was do this, get these grades, take these kinds of classes, go to this type of university. After that, you're supposed to go to medical school. And that was when I was like, no. And granted, I began my mini rebellions against that type of structured and linear life much earlier than that. But that was probably like the biggest external measure of my, I don't like the linear path. Anyone who knew me as a child and who knows me now is like, this bitch will never stay on the linear path. She just won't do it. I won't do it. I'm going to take you on all the side quests. Okay, I'm going to take you on the side quest. We will get back to a path going in the same general direction. We'll go get tattoos
instead of going to dinner.
Yeah, I'm going to convince you that getting a tattoo at 7 p.m. on a Friday night is a good idea in a city so far from home. In the middle of nowhere, ocean. Okay, I will convince you of that. And then your husband's going to tell you maybe get that removed. But not on my watch, Doug. Not on my watch. Okay.
So that's the only version I know of you is the sort that takes me on all the side quests.
I do, and I will. I shall continue to be that person for you, for me, for all of our friends. Because
yay!
I don't do linear at all well. Probably also why I became a lawyer. I know that people are like, oh, lawyers are black and white. We are in fact not black and white. We are gray. We love gray. We live in the gray. We make arguments in the gray. That's what the law is. So I ended up finding a career path that matched how I kind of look at the world, which is gray. I don't think that very many things are black and white. That's not to say some things are not black and white. There are some bright lines. But I very much, at some point, took that nonlinear path and took it way too far, which people who know my story know that I am an alcoholic in recovery and have been for, I don't know how long, 12 and a half years. And so sometimes that nonlinear path, oh, there's my dog. Nonlinear path ends up taking us into a crazy diverted territory. And it would be wild for me to say I have no regrets, because that to me means a life that lacks a bit of awareness and reflection. I do have regrets, but I'm okay with and can live with those regrets that I have today. I'm at peace with them. And so since then, in those 12 and a half years, I kind of refound that adventure first tourist type of life. In those intervening years, I did go to law school before I got sober while in law school. And all that to say, you can get to the same place. And I think that same place is satisfied with your life, going the linear way, going the non-linear way. There's no right way. As long as you keep on, I think if you keep on looking.
The circles just have to keep
the spiral, right?
It's more of a spiral than a circle.
Exactly.
So you don't end up right where you started. That we just want to keep moving forward
Forward.
in some way.
Progress, not perfection, baby.
Sometimes you do have to go backwards to go forwards.
Uh-huh.
There is that too.
Yeah, sometimes you do. And fuck, sometimes you go back further than you really wanted to. And yuck, that's shit. And it sucks.
Welcome to 2026.
It's shit, right? But know that eventually there's another side to that. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
There is.
You know what you said earlier? You were talking about kind of like forcing the paradigm. And so, can you touch on what happens when you hit a milestone just to stay on schedule? Like wrong city, wrong spouse, wrong job, whatever that may be. It doesn't have to be about you, by the way, but just you can talk about it. What's the cost of forcing it? What do you think is the cost of forcing it?
I think that trying to force the timeline, you end up actually delaying what's actually and truly meant for you. That's
actually beautiful.
Yeah. It's kind of like when relationships end, if you can't see it ended because it wasn't right for you, that and like you wouldn't have gone on the date with the person who became your spouse or whatever it may be, that if you're holding on to something so tight, you're missing out on what you should be doing. And I use that word should as in like for yourself, not because of a should, not a judging should, like what you should be doing for you to make you happy. But I think so many people sacrifice who they are or what they are in order just to hit that next checkbox on whatever that life list they have. And so rather than building their own, maybe their checkbox is stair steps rather than straight across. So I think it's just the cost just to stay on schedule means you're missing out on what's really and truly meant for you.
Oh, I love that. You know what comes to mind when you say that is the by 30.
Oh
my gosh. By 30 story that many of
your
us.
Your brain has just finished developing story like that nobody tells you when you're in your early 20s, by the way.
Yeah. They're like, oh, teenagers' brains are not fully developed. How about people in their 20s' brains are not fully developed? Like, why do we pick these arbitrary numbers? By 30, you have to be married and have a kid. By 40, you have to, I don't know, made partner. By 50, you should be technically financially able to retire in less than 5 years, even though you might continue to work for 20 more years. These are not like laws. There's no statute of limitations on your age. It's self-imposed and fully fucking negotiable. And by the way, the only person you should be negotiating with is yourselves. I know our parents, bless their hearts, we love them. They want what's best for us, and they try to do that by saying, hey, here are some great deadlines for your life, because also this would really relieve some stress off of my back as a parent if you would hit these fucking markers. And so I can go relax.
And we want to do that for you.
We want to do that for you.
We do. We promise.
It's hard sometimes.
But we're living on our own timelines now, okay?
Yeah. And listen, that's what little sisters are for. My little sister, best little sister in the world, because she did all those things on the timeline like she was supposed to, and I did none of the things on the timeline like I was supposed to, and she really saved the family unit. Shout out, Tista.
I did, and I almost blew up.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm living.
She just knocked the shit out of her microphone. For those who are listening, not watching, she said, "Back it up."
Real passionate about all this, because look, I know I'm a doer too. I don't like to learn from other people's mistakes. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not gonna make those. I'm not stupid like you. You are stupid like me, because we all
are stupid.
We
like
all believe the best of each other and ourselves, but we're still making bad decisions when we're not. When it gives you that cringe and you're kind of like, that doesn't feel good. You just sacrificed another part of yourself. Stop doing that. Reframe it and say, why am I feeling this way? And maybe figure out a way to make a decision that works better for you.
Is that your as you should and as you shouldn't?
Pretty close to it.
Pretty close.
It is.
Well, tell us what is your as you should and as you shouldn't, since we're just like leading right into it.
So then, as you should be measure your life against whether you're building something that actually feels right for you.
Mm.
Are you aligned? And as you shouldn't measure your life against everybody else's timeline.
I love that. I
What
feel
about
like
you?
I think you have to identify your own guiding light, your own North Star. What makes you feel full? And I don't mean your kids, your spouse. What is the feeling that you want to chase? That to me is the North Star. So for me, the feeling I want to chase is joy and adventure. That's what I'm looking for. So I want to always say yes to adventure, and I want to look for the joy in everything. I don't succeed. Okay. It's a fucking North Star. It's
hard.
not a it's not a it's happening every day situation. But that's, I think, the thing is to find that thing that guides you. Because being behind implies there's a finish line. A life well lived. That's the
Death
finish
is
line.
a finish line.
My point, right? She lived. That's what we've talked about this before. The epitaph I want on my gravestone. She lived. So in that vein, I feel like, as you shouldn't, use the term baby. Stop it. Stop it, unless it's a term of endearment. Okay? And as you shouldn't, but probably will, eat an entire ice cream cake. Thank you. You can count on me to be unserious, guys.
One day, that's my hope, to be unserious again.
We're going to get you there, girl. We're going to get you there.
Right now, it's just like, how can I give all the therapy?
Survive.
How can I give all the therapy that I'm paying for to everybody else, but not in a pop culture way?
On that note, thanks for listening.
Adios.
Adios.